Hello everyone. Welcome. We're going to be doing this video for the iteration planning. You might already be aware, but the for us, the first two iterations are going to be what's an official iteration on eCentennial, and then iteration 3 and 4 for us is going to be um, the second iteration on eCentennial. So you'll probably hear us talk about the first and second iteration, but both of them are going to be part of the first official iteration. Okay, so we did some of the work offline so that the video wouldn't be too long. So here is what it would be a list of all the tasks that we came up with for each for all the user stories in the first two iterations for us. So we're just going to get started. We'll start with the first story. So I have another window here with the story. So I'll read it out for you. So the first story is, as a delivery admin, I want to be able to see and edit the status of any active order. So for that, it seems like we have 3 tasks. So the first one is create a list of all active orders. Next is to give a delivery admin access to this page to edit and update orders, and then test by logging in as a delivery admin. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about any of these tasks?
Just one. The estimate total is like 0.5 less than the story estimate. I don't know if that's a problem or.
Okay. Who did this one?
It was me.
Okay. Did you just feel like it wasn't as high as maybe you thought it was before?
I think so because I just did it for the testing part. So the testing,
Yeah, originally it was
I
4, and then probably not
was it
that long.
4?
Yeah. But that's okay. I mean, how does that look reasonable to everyone? Do you think like it wouldn't be this long?
Yeah.
I think so because we're taking 2 units in 1 unit, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that should be good. But for the 0.5, we can make it. I think we can make all of them 2.
All of them too.
That will turn out to 6. No?
Or maybe we can make like test 1. Oh,
We
we can
just
make
need
the first
0.5 more.
2. Yeah, let's just make 2, 1, 1.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Testing is a weird thing to estimate, I think, because
we don't know.
Yeah, if it goes well, then we're
Yeah.
done. But if not, then yeah.
Might take longer.
Yeah. This is something we haven't really talked about, but I know officially, I mean, best practice states that we should be writing test cases. Is that what everybody was imagining when they said test by logging in?
I mean, proper test casing will be different, but I thought it would be like a more general thing, not
a more manual one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It would be nice to write some tests and stuff like that. But yeah, we're just creating an MVP, right? So no need for now.
Yeah.
Feel free though if you're feeling inspired. Then go for it. Okay, great. Yeah. Remember to ask questions. Yeah, if you're confused because you might want to do this task, right? So it's better to have a clear thing. Okay, let's continue. Actually, are we missing 2?
It's in line 27. I was also confused before. It's not sorted. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I must have done that. There we go. There. I see. Thank you. So story 2 is, as a delivery admin, I want to have a special account for myself. So we have this task here. This is create an account with additional special letter or word such as user initials ID or a special keyword. Who did this one?
I did this one.
Ah, okay.
So the story was to create a different account for a delivery admins or for the admins.
Okay. Uh,
So I think for the special letter means it can be any alphabet or it can
okay, this
be
is
anything.
for the server, right? Are we talking about backend records or
So basically, if as a user as well, if you are entering information during the sign up and you're getting the username or something, so they may have this unique username. Are you getting like if for example for me, if I'm using my initials PS, then any ID or something and after that ID, and I can, put A for the admins, or we can decide together, what we want a special keyword to be assigned to the admin, so that, we can differentiate which account is for the admins and which account is for the normal users.
okay, so but this is going to be sent or added to the account schema, right? Is that
Yeah,
what I'm
uh,
understanding?
the user schema. So, what I have a vision, what I have seen is like we are creating only one schema for the users, right? And in the same schema, we are inputting the admins as well, also the normal members.
Mhm. Okay,
And
so
just
we're
to
editing
differentiate
an
between them,
existing schema,
yeah.
right?
So yeah,
Well,
just yeah.
from a development point of view, shouldn't we just have, instead of having a different keyword, shouldn't we just have a parameter called admin as a boolean to check for that?
Yeah, we can, but there are gonna be a delivery admin,
We have two
and there's
admins
also gonna
though. Yeah,
be
We can have
you
two
know,
booleans
two booleans.
because
what if okay, so
having us, how are we going to, I think it's more work to split apart a username and then check it if it has a keyword is harder than just checking a boolean.
Oh, is that what the
isn't
idea
it the
was?
same thing? Like if we are putting admin as a keyword and a special keyword, we're just identifying that one keyword, no, with a boolean.
Uh, so this would not be a different field. Are you saying that you wanted to combine it with an existing field?
I didn't get that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Do you still want the this special keyword to be a part of, say,
Special
the
keyword
username?
from the okay, I can give you an example with a special keyword what I'm saying. So for example, my user initial, my name is Puneet Singh. I've entered the first name, last name, and other all of the things. And the ID which the username ID which we can create is like my initial or my last name initial and then my name and then A in front of that name
That's
and
what
or
I'm
the
saying. How will
admin.
you check that for if that's admin? You're still using the username, so you'll have to split the string, right?
Or maybe it could just be like a variable called level, and it could have 0 for user and 1 or 2 for admin or.
Yeah, that's a different field. That's
So
what I was going for with the
So
boolean.
the field thing you're talking about, so we are showing so the different accounts will have the different view. So we just need to create the different views so that if this account is getting logged in, so it's gonna have different permissions and different view. Aren't we planning that?
Sorry, I'm confused. This story is to create a special account for delivery
Yes.
admins. So I'm a little bit confused. Like this, first of all, this feels too general, right? Like this is create an account. What I would like to see is exact explanation of what tasks should be done. Whether that's like I'm not entirely sure what your solution is, but just as an example, something like add the keyword DEV to all delivery accounts in the schema. Edit the registration form to include so and so field, right? Um, Make sure, like maybe even edit some sort of rendering to be conditional based on this property, right? Like something like that. Because right now, this is just kind of like a general solution, authentication solution that we're talking about. Whereas like we're really tackling the specific story here. Like somebody needs to read this task and know what they need to do quite unambiguously, right?
Yeah, I got your point. So the thing is, when, for example, okay, so the admin thing and for the normal user, we are displaying different views, right?
Uh, yes, it looks like
Okay,
we'll
okay,
have some different
okay.
stuff.
So we are showing them the different views. So how we are gonna detect if admin has login and what view we are gonna show to a normal user and to a to a admin?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
He's the customer, so
Well, I mean, sure. I mean that role aside, it's just like I mean, wouldn't that like are you asking because you don't know, or are you asking because you want to know what my solution is? Because this is your solution, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
this
This
is how
is
you
my
solve your
solution.
story. Like
So, but why a vision was, so for example, our system is gonna detect, okay, so these keywords are matching with the admin credentials because of that special keyword, and it will lead to another view. And if a normal
okay,
user is
how
coming,
is it gonna do that? Like what pieces do you need to get this actually working though? I get it. I get it, you know? Like it'll show a different view, etc., etc. But like what do you need to actually get this done? Like what do I actually need to code, right?
yeah, so we can just, show if we are getting this username details and then, show this view. Otherwise, show the normal view with the user details,
So
with
it's
the
based
normal user
on
details
a
on. So it's gonna
username.
be two views.
Okay, right. And so this has definitely sounds like it has interaction with database, right? Um, like I don't see a task for a database here. Um, I'm not that's why this is like seems like a mix of like front end stuff. Like sometimes you're talking about the form, and then sometimes you're talking about the um,
So I think the both are connected, no?
they are connected, but we need to separate them out because they're separate tasks, right? Like they're not potentially two people could be doing that. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but like they are two different things that need to be
Okay,
done.
so you want to put this into a backend task or the front end task?
I think it would be both. It would have to be both, right? Like surely
Yeah, that's
if
what I was thinking. It has to
okay,
be
right,
both.
but just write them then, right? Like just write the task for the front end and then write the test for the express and the task for the testing and whatever else needs to be done. Like you're not limited to just one line, right? You can have as many as you want. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So yeah, I think in the if we are showing a view and if we are showing creating an account, if we are giving the access to an admin account, in both ways we both need to work on the front end and the back end.
Yes, I need specific tasks telling the developer what exactly they need to do to get that done. Like I get your solution. There needs to be a validation. It's going to render a different thing. That
Yeah,
makes sense to me,
yeah,
but I need more specifics, right? Like, does that mean you want two components for each everything because you're rendering out two different things? How's that going to work, right? Like, I need to know specifics so that we know how to actually approach this, and then the estimate kind of makes sense too, right? Um,
okay.
yeah, uh, like not like obviously you don't need to write out exactly, but it should be
Can
more
you
specific.
give me an example so that that would be clear?
Right. So like something I would write for this story would be something like I would need to edit the schema for the uh, account class, or it wouldn't be a class, I guess, so account model, um, to include a special letter, I guess, according to this, a special letter. I would also definitely need to add another field in the front end React form for registration, because that needs to be entered somewhere, potentially. And then I would need to conditionally set an if statement to conditionally render the component elements, like.
So basically, I thought
Right.
we just need to give it in the one line, so that I precisely said it. Otherwise, I would have explained it, how it will be.
Because these are separate things, right, that need to be done. You can see that how they're separate, right? Like even though they're all solving the same thing, they're like three separate things that need to be done in order to get this story up and running. Yeah, so the point, what we're trying to do here, we're running out of time, so we're gonna move on. But what we're trying to do here is separate out a story, which is a big thing, into individual specific tasks that need to be done to implement this story. Okay, so that's what we want to do. Okay, let's continue. We have number 3 here. So number 3 is, as an accounts admin, I want to have a special account for myself. Okay, so we have the task: build a separate admin login portal, give more privileges on activities to the admin, and test by logging in as an admin. Okay, build a separate login.
Do we have a separate login portal? I
Well,
thought we only had a separate login ID.
yeah, I'm not sure if we have a paper prototype for that. Do we?
Yeah, we don't. Our login page is the same.
It will not ask you our login page. Is it gonna ask us, are you gonna be admin, or are you gonna wants to log in as a normal user? What I
I mean,
thought is,
even if we have a
and
login page, it'll ask the user, right? Do you want to log in as a, like, what's your role if you're logging in?
Mm.
So yeah, we'll have to build maybe like a link or something. It'd just be a different web page.
Or a different element in that
Yeah.
page, right? Like a conditionally available thing. Could even be like a checkbox.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would have been included in the paper prototype for the login and registration, I think. I hope.
I don't think so, no.
No?
Yeah, even I don't think so.
Oh, that's not
What I
good.
had in mind is we just have a simple login page, and whatever ID you use to log in will determine if you're a user or an admin.
Or admin, yeah. Just
So
from
you want to
the
use
user
like
ID.
so you want to use authentications for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like not authentication, I think, in the sense of any encryption or anything, but just
not that authentication, just comparing, I think that's what Puneet was doing with the special ID.
Yeah.
So when you log in, you have a special ID that detects that you are an admin, and then it shows you the admin page.
And what makes a normal ID as a special ID? Just like any keyword, for my name is first initial, last name, and then if you put A in front of your username, that will make your admin account.
Okay.
So like I told this because
maybe
this
we
is
can
how-
discuss this after. Maybe we can
sure.
discuss this after. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you're having a separate login portal.
Maybe we can make it a separate login ID.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Wouldn't that just be another account?
Yeah.
No, I mean just like a different ID for the admin, like just what you were discussing, that just add a special keyword to the ID.
Okay,
Or like how WordPress has like you type the URL admin something, I think. I can't remember, but with WordPress to log in, I don't know if we want to go that route. So like it would be a specific admin.
maybe not.
And again, the estimate doesn't match with the story estimate for third.
I see. Okay, okay, so we changed this one, so that should be fine. Give more privileges on activities to the admin. Okay, so this is more like the conditional rendering stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
To be
Just
able to
make
see
more
more
fields
things.
visible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And test by logging in. Okay, that's great. So it doesn't match. What is this supposed to be?
It's again the testing, so
This is originally 1, eh? Wow. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
so yeah, you can make the story one as well. The testing
That will make it
one.
3, but
Yeah, even this is like this is a little crazy because what if it was like this? I mean, because right now this adds up to 1.5 and the estimate is 1 right now for the entire story.
this is the lowest we can go, so I guess it's fine. Or maybe we just have a 0. It automatically completes itself.
Let's not make an admin.
No, this is fine. I think. Yeah, maybe we were a little ambitious with the.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go to 4 now. So. Sorry, 4 is
Right.
as a delivery admin, I want to be able to contact the customer via email. And we have one task here, which is the code the customer email link, which is estimated as 1. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of testing that needs to be done here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should add one though. Just can we have test to make sure email is sent to correct address?
Yeah.
That way we know for sure, and then you can divide your time between that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Great.
And that link will be on which page will that link be? That will be on like on the ordering page.
Yeah, I think that's up to you. That is a good place to specify. Take a look at the clustering too. Remember we did the clustering? So I have that clustered with accounts. So it might be in the accounts page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know you had a question about that. Like you had a thing where you had to search for accounts or something like that. Would that be covered by another story that's coming later, perhaps?
Oh, maybe.
Like as an admin, I want to be able to search for accounts or something like that, or manage accounts.
Oh yes, yeah, that's
Maybe.
true. That's true. Yeah.
But that's edit a field, so it might not be covered. I'm not too sure.
Want to remove fake? Let's know. Let's. Yeah, I think it was one of those managed.
Yeah. If not, then we might have to reevaluate the estimates a little bit because you might have more work to do. Because if there is no view for accounts, then you have to find the account somewhere. Or you might find another place to put this that might make more sense. Because this is what, a delivery admin? So maybe it should be in orders instead. I didn't really catch that, but perhaps orders. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Moving on. So next is number 5. So as a learner, I want to be able to search for books using ISBN to make sure I'm buying the correct book. So I need to create a route in the search. I did this one. I need to create a route for search by the ISBN number in the server. So I need to add the ISBN field to the data model, and I need to create a component to display the results via ISBN. And this is front end now, and then test by entering a valid ISBN and checking if the results are displayed. Right?
Yep.
So those are all of them. Just feel free to interrupt at any time when I'm reading these out for clarification. And but we're gonna go fast, okay? All right, next is 6. So as a learner, I want to see my postings. So here we need to create a model and route for listings. Oh, we combine them, okay. And then created a page to list all the postings by user. Can we change this to component? Just because we're in React. Page is
Sure.
kind of like a component, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Let's try to use that so then it's more clear to whoever's working on it. And then we want to test by logging in as a user and go to the listing page. Yeah, they should have already have some listings for themselves.
Yep.
Yep.
This was mine, so
Great.
Just mentioning.
So next is 7. So as a user, I want to create an account. So code the user registration screen and write database query to validate that user account to database. Yeah. But, this looks fine to me. We didn't test it. No test. So let's add a test. Test by adding an account. User. We're just doing user, right? So like don't do the special ones because they might not be created yet. This is a good thing. So I'll quickly highlight this. It looks like we'll have some dependency, because this will need to be done before this, likely. The special accounts for registration, potentially. There's a light dependency. It's not super. But yeah.
So the estimate for that was 4. Wait, let me see. Was it?
Oh, we definitely don't need to for to test. So honestly, I think 0.5 or 1 is like the max you probably need for testing. Can we take 2.5 off of one of these?
Oh, wait, the estimate is 2 actually. Sorry, yes, 2.
Okay.
Sorry, what to create an account, right? Yeah.
Yes, it is 2. You're right. Honestly, I think the query might be quite simple because we should already have template data from our other course. So maybe we do it like this. All right, this 0.5 is still 1 hour. So it's a lot of time. So yeah, okay. Next we have 8. As an administrator, I want to be able to edit the fields of an account. So here, want to add a route to update an account record. Okay, good. Create an. Wait, did I write this?
Maybe.
Okay, because I'm like this. This sounds like something I wrote. Okay, yeah, with the because I think I'm the only one that used component, to be perfectly honest. Maybe. Okay. So add a route to update an account record. We want to create an account component to allow editing of specific account. You want to configure the route to the created account. So this is a special case because you need to do some work with the parameters of route.
Yeah.
To get that to work. And then test by editing an existing account and checking to see if the data has changed. So these are ones. Okay. Next, we have 9. So as an administrator, I want to remove fake listings. Create a delete button and only the admin can see it. And yeah, so wait, hang on. So this is the button. But we need backend support, right? Like this is not just front end only.
Yeah.
So what we probably want is another task here that says create what is it? Delete route? And then you want a test as well, right? So test by deleting as admin and by trying to delete when not. These are 2 cases, right? Okay, so it's originally 2. So we'll do the same thing. So this should be 1, this should be 0.5, and this should be 0.5. So there is triaging, by the way, in this. So I'm triaging on the fly, right? Because we have 0.5 for the testing a lot. And then every time we want to configure a simple route, this will be 0.5. And then front end application will take 1, usually, somewhere
Yeah.
around there. So
Yeah.
it's reasonable. Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah. So next is 10. So as a seller, I want to sell my textbooks. So yeah, so that I can redeem the costs, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oops. Code the book upload screen front end. Write the database query to validate and add book to user's account data. Okay, validate and add book to users. Right. So it sounds like here that you want to just use the user's schema. So you want to add a list to the user account. Is that true? Is that what's going on?
Want to? Oh, as a seller, I want to. Right. So I mean to add it to that user's list of books that they have uploaded.
Is that going to be a problem for when we need to like show all listings? If we only have it there, maybe we want to do 2 things, like post to 2 different.
Or maybe in the scheme it might have a owner for the book that it's uploaded to.
Yeah. This is no SQL though, so we might have some trouble. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, maybe like the ID or something, right? We can like link them.
I'm not sure if we'll use database queries, but maybe.
Yeah, I assume that you meant routes whenever you see query. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just routes.
Yeah. I guess routes. Yeah.
Like query as in find by ID, find
Okay.
by.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's routes in MongoDB.
Yeah, MongoDB, and we'll be using Mongoose to interact with it. Yeah. Okay, the estimate is a little bit crazy, maybe, or is it not? Right now we're at 4.
Whoa. Number 10, that was 4.
Estimate is 4. So that's good, but we're just missing a
Test.
yeah.
Yes, okay.
I guess we're missing one test by creating a listing to use your language by uploading a book. Right? See if it appears. I'm always going to take a bit off of the back end because I think the back end sounds difficult, but it's actually quite easy. Okay, so okay. So we'll probably need a new schema for the book as well. Like even though we're adding it to the thing, we'll probably add the object into the thing as a list as a JSON. Anyways, I don't think that's too important. Okay, 12. As an administrator, I want to look up orders so I can resolve customer queries. As an administrator, okay. So create a different view so that admin can view the order page with the edit options to resolve customer inquiries. Okay. Who did you do this one, Puneet?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. So
Also with this one,
similar
they're
thing.
the same, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he had the idea that he has to do it in one line.
Yeah. So that's why I recognized it because it looks a lot like the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to change these 2. Okay, Puneet. I'll highlight them.
Okay.
Like testing and backend.
Okay.
do it pink. Okay. Next we'll have 12, which is as a delivery admin, I want to be able to contact the customer via chat. So create a route for the chat page. Okay. Create a chat page with a connection between user and admin. Okay, with a connection. Okay.
Well,
do
with
you
the
mean by
connection,
this?
I just mean that, if you are gonna have a chat, then you need to connect the user and the admin so this view the same page.
Oh, I see. I see. It's like
Yeah.
a
So
live
that kind of connection.
update.
But
Okay.
I've never done a chat page, so whoever does this maybe has to do some research as well on how to implement a chat.
Okay. So test by making sure the messages. We probably need some backend support for this. I'm thinking, unless like you were thinking of maybe live chat, and then
Yeah.
okay, and then maybe those records don't get saved to the database. But then
No,
I'm
live
not
chat
sure.
doesn't go to database, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it probably does, but not in our case.
Okay, so no backend for this? You think it's possible with just front end stuff?
Um, like I said, we'll have to research. I'm not sure because I've never worked
Okay.
on a chat before.
I think it might need to be because like if the user when the user then comes online, it will have to be stored somewhere.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's usually.
It's because I'm trying to think.
Where are chats actually stored?
I assume it is in a database and that it just renders it like, like live. So then when they make a post to that.
Mm-hmm.
And there might be a field called red, true or false, and then that's how I would know if it's to display
To, like,
pop up
highlight
as
it.
new message, I guess.
Right, right. Um, if there was backend support necessary, is the estimate too low? Because you're already kind of
No, I
scraping.
think so because
Yeah,
I was
okay.
trying to match the story estimate,
Mm.
but I did have a feeling that this might be low.
That's fine. It doesn't have to match exactly. This is like
Okay.
part of the thing. It was just a rough estimate when we started, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if we need more time, we need more time.
Also, just to mention, we have a less than a minute left for the meeting.
Okay. All right.
We can do a quick other one.
Let's do a quick one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, welcome back. We're just gonna finish up real quick here. So we might potentially have a backend dependency for this. We'll tackle it if it's not possible. So okay, this is the next one, which is lucky number 13. So as a buyer, I want to buy books using my credit card. So this will be a form and then a test to check if that form is working, and it redirects you to the correct page afterwards. So there's no backend component here because we're not actually doing anything with this data. This is just a purely like functional or non-functional kind of screen.
Yeah.
So it's just the form component with the thing. We're not using the data for anything. So it should be a rather quick one, but it'll probably take a lot of time because we will need to add validation here for the different fields as any of those other payment portals. Like, yeah. Okay.
Sorry. It might. Do you think it should store the card or so? Just like should store it just to. It's part of user account info, isn't it?
So I know we had a story earlier about like saving card information. That's not this story though. So this story is just about being able to pay, right? And the only reason we have it this way is because it's not possible to implement the payment like for our app because of the nature of that. So that's why it's like this. I just wanted to add it in because this would be very important for workflow, for testing workflow later on. And so I just wanted to get ahead of it. For saving, not sure. just because users probably don't want you to save their credit card info without like them
Asking them,
requesting
yeah.
it. Yeah. So
I hate when apps do that. When there's a hidden little button at the corner of the
Right.
application that you can't see, it's annoying.
yeah. So yeah, nothing for that, and it saves us work, right? Since it's I don't have to create any schemas and stuff like that
Yep.
for that. Okay. Next we have 7T. So as a learner, I want to communicate with the owner of the book via chat. So this should
This
be
is
quite similar, right?
yeah, basically the same thing.
Okay. So you know what? I think since we are working on it, are both of these in iteration 2? They are, right? The chat.
Yep. Yep.
So whoever's doing them should start grouping them. And together, I think they might be okay, the estimate. Because once you finish one, it's just a matter of changing one thing and then doing it for the other. And
Yeah.
since both of these are estimated as the 2, you have 4 in total, maybe that's reasonable. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on it for sure. Okay. So this comes to the part we've been all waiting for, taking these tasks. Okay. So
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say the end of the video.
no, this is what it's all been leading us to.
You kind of got my hopes up, man.
I'm sorry. So one of the stipulations for the video report is that I cannot assign anybody, or we cannot assign each other tasks. You need to volunteer for them. So go ahead and just put your name next to tasks that you feel like you want to do, or you feel comfortable doing, or whatever. I know we're missing.
Is it, if it's okay with everyone, we can just take the stories that we did.
Yeah, I just worry it might not be particularly fair, depending on, because when we picked them, I told everybody not to worry about the estimates. So I don't know if people accidentally,
But we kind of still like distributed it equally, right?
I didn't.
I think no, I don't think it's equal. Charlie, I think, has like 8 story points. So
okay.
But that's just because I added one, like one of the stories into it, because based on the feedback we got from our teacher, so which was the form. So that was like the 2. But yeah, don't worry about it. If you want to start with the stories that you worked on, then that's perfectly fine. Just go ahead, and then we'll do some balancing afterwards and say like you have too much, you have not enough, and then we'll rotate those around. One simple one is to hand off the testing if you have too much, right, to someone else who doesn't have as money, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So while you're doing this, this seems like a good time to mention. So I want everybody to try to adhere to proper rules when it comes to making commits to the repository. So what that means for me is creating branches when you are working on each ticket or each story. Like it doesn't have to be exactly each task. And then doing a pull request when you want to merge it with the main. Once that's happened, just send a link in the Discord, and someone else, maybe me or whoever's interested, can do a quick code review and approve that and then merge it. So then there should always be at least 2 people have seen the code, you and the person who reviewed it before it goes into the production, right? So does that make sense? Is anybody like confused about any of that, like the creating the branches, merging, pull request?
No, I'm fine with it.
You said create a branch for each task, right?
Each task or each story, like whatever you feel
I would
like.
I would say story. Task seems like too much.
If the tasks are big enough, like some of them are just naturally like that. For example, we have 2 repos, right? The server and the React. I separated them just in case we wanted to host them in the future. So you will need maybe to do different branches for different tasks.
I hate doing branches. It gets too complicated at some point.
Yes. Yes. The good thing about this is I did separate them out, so hopefully there won't be merging conflicts because you won't be touching the same component or same code a lot of times, hopefully. Okay. Oh, Purodhika, your name changed like halfway down. You just like lost the energy to capitalize. So we'll be filtering it later, so I'm gonna make sure it's the same. Is this the same? Okay. I'll do these just because I kind of created the paper prototype for them as well.
Don't take too many.
How much is this? This is 2 points.
Like I said, your stories were like 8 points. So
Yeah, somebody took one of them, one of my stories though. So
Oh.
I think we're good because right now I'm only at.
Was that person me? Because if it was me, I want to think about it again.
You know what? I will say the stories that I took, because I picked them last, right? So I didn't, it's not like I picked any. Like these are pretty straightforward, like in terms of like in emerging technologies, we have a project or your
Yeah.
assignment where you had to do this. So you
Yeah,
can just copy it over, right? It wouldn't be too
it's
bad.
just CRUD operations everywhere.
yeah, we basically have CRUD for everything. So
Yeah, we too. Oh, you must be having it for mobile app development too, right?
no, I mean for this application,
Oh,
we have CRUD
Yeah,
for every
everything's
single
CRUD.
thing.
I
Everything's
meant
CRUD.
for all the courses as well.
Yeah. I guess that's why databases are important, huh?
I hate them regardless. So.
Right. Update.
I feel like I hate too much stuff.
Let me do this because I'm sure that I already have the solution kind of ready for it. But if somebody wants to take the testing,
He just left with none.
oh
He has just two.
yeah, well this one looks a little bit low, like because I'm not sure, Puneet. You might have to like look into this. Might be more work than it sounds for this one. You have to do. But can you take this one for me? The test by editing an existing account and seeing if the data changed. So I'll let you know
sure.
once it's ready to go, and then you can go in and test it. You'll have to write your name there though, because I can't assign you work.
Yeah, I have
Okay,
written
great,
it already.
Oh, okay. It just took a while. All right. We'll do a quick tally. Not here when tomorrow when you have time. Do a quick tally and see if you're over or under or whatever, and then just mention it in the chat, and then we can shift this around a little bit. But for tomorrow, remember this is due 8:30 on Wednesday, so we need to get it done by tomorrow evening. So just make sure you have the table ready. For some of you, you might have to do. I don't remember why I highlighted this. Oh yeah, dependency. So for you, Puneet, you'll have to do some extra work and see if you can break these down into individual tasks. These will go into the Jira, and you will have nice names for your branches, and then I'll start the thing. Right now, everything's in backlog. These are from before, so they're not. Don't look at these. But yeah. Okay, everybody good? Any questions?
Nope.
Okay. in that case, goodbye, everybody. Everybody go to bed.
Thank you.
Yes.